Hello, dear students. Today we're going to do with the first chapter of supplementary reader how the camel got its hump. This story is basically a humorous fiction written by Rudyard Kipling. The story was set in the past. It began in the past when our world had just formed. In those days, animals had just started working for human beings. But among all the animals, there was one such animal which we call by the name or we know by the name as camel. And in this story, we will find that this particular camel was living alone in the desert and was not doing any work. All the animals were working for humans, but whereas this camel stayed alone in the desert without any work. Even if asked to do some work, the camel would respond with a particular word. Let us see what is that word and why the camel did not do any work. What was the result of the camel not doing any work? Was he punished or not? Did he learn any lesson by not doing any work? Did he change his behavior, or did he start doing work for the human being later? Let us find out all this, the answers to all these questions. It was so that all the animals, they used to generally work for human beings. They go for working for human beings on Monday, and it was for 3 days that they have to work. And this particular camel did not even start his work when he was asked to do so. Seeing the camel not doing any work, the horse with a saddle on its back comes to the camel and said to the camel, "O camel, come out and walk like us." Camel was a lazy person and he will only respond with the one particular word. He used to say, "Hump." So the camel always replies, "Hump." The horse went off. Next, another animal called dog comes up to the camel with a stick in his mouth. Even he asks to the camel that, "Come, carry some sticks like me." The camel answers the same word, "Hump." The dog leaves. Next comes an ox. Even ox suggested the camel that go out and work on the farm like us. The same answer camel gives, "Hump." All these three animals, the horse, dog, and ox, after the day, they went to the man. You'll find there's a man in the character who assigns work to each of the animal. So these three animals, they do their work and they approach the man, and they tell the man that, "See, the camel is not doing anything. We even told him, but he just says hump." The man said that, "See, saying hump will not work, and since the camel did not start working or had not come for the work, then you three will have to compensate for the loss of the work on behalf of the camel." Now all the three animals, they were angry on the camel. They brought a panchayat under the jinn. There was a jinn in the desert. Then the jinn tried to convince the camel for work. But again, the camel replied in the same manner. Apart from this, he knew no other manner. He would just say one word, "Hump." Jinn tried again and again and said, "See, you have not worked since Monday, and now it is Thursday. You will have to work for 3 extra days." The camel answers the same word again, "Hump." One day it so happened that the camel was looking into his image in the river. The jinn came and made a hump on his neck. I hope you know what is hump. A small kind of a small mountain which is at the camel's back, which we generally see. So that is called hump. Okay. Now the gene said to the camel that, see, you always say hump, so you got a hump. Then came the senses of the camel, and the camel started saying, now see, I have a hump on my neck. How will I work with the hump on my neck? The jinn replies that the hump on your back has a purpose. You work for 3 extra days, and this hump will provide you with food for 3 days, which means this particular hump at the back of the camel has got the capacity to store the food or the water which he would require, which the camel would require to work for the 3 extra days. The camel came out of the desert and started working. He now says hump instead of hump. Now see, H-U-M-P, hump, and H-U-M-P-H. H-U-M-P-H, hump is a word which the camel often says, and H-U-M-P is hump, which we see generally at the back of the camel. But still, even after getting a hump at his back, the camel did not learn how to behave, and his 3 days of extra work is still pending. So that means, after repeatedly being requested by the other 3 animals as well as the jinn, and even after being punished, you can say that, so that he could learn a lesson, when the jinn gave a hump at his back, there was no change of behavior in the camel. And as a result, even today we see that same hump on the camel's back. So what do we learn, my dear students, from this chapter? If you are being assigned a particular work and you don't do that work after being requested several times, and even after being punished, then who is at loss? It is we ourselves, right? Now look at the camel. Even today and in the future days to come, we will see this hump at the back of the camel forever, just because he did not do his work when he was asked to do. I hope I'm clear with the chapter. Please go through the text. In case of any doubt or query, you can get back to me as per your schedule. Thank you.